Before we start the movie, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our latest content. This is Melinda, a beautiful woman, but she is used to cheating. Melinda is married to a man named Vic, who wishes to make her happy and satisfied with him, but she cannot do that and prefers to cheat on him with other men. Melinda is content and at peace with herself, fully accepting the fact that she is an unfaithful woman. One day, her husband Vic catches her cheating. He gives her a sharp look, making Melinda feel ashamed. She walks out and tells him, "Don't look at me like that again." Then she takes her boyfriend, Joel, and goes into a room with him, locking the door. Mary, the homeowner, stays with Vic and tells him that his relationship with his wife is more than just friendship. But Vic assures her that Melinda and Joel are just friends and nothing more, just to avoid looking bad. However, Mary tells him that she is his friend and doesn't want him to look like a fool. She tells him that she knows he loves his wife very much. Later, someone informs Vic that his wife is drunk and standing on his piano. When he goes to check, he finds her completely intoxicated, acting very strangely. After that, Joel approaches Vic and says, "Thank you, you and Melinda, for this evening," and adds, "You're an open-minded and good person because you don't get jealous of your wife like other men." But then we are surprised when Vic asks him, "Do you know someone named Martin Meeker?" Joel replies, "Yes, and I know he's missing, and they haven't found him." Vic then says, "By the way, that man was my wife's friend, and I killed him." Joel begins to feel anxious and scared and asks, "Does your wife know that?" Vic replies, "No, of course not." Joel says, "I don't believe you," and Vic responds, "Suit yourself," then walks away. Joel then decides to leave the gathering. After the evening ends, Melinda asks Vic, "What did you say to Joel that made him leave?" Vic replies, "I didn't say anything." But Melinda doesn't believe him and is convinced that he threatened Joel. When they return home, Melinda tells Vic, "I know Joel is a fool, but he makes me happy." Vic tries to get close to her, but she says, "Please, leave and close the door behind you." The next day, after Vic drops off his daughter Trixie at school, he meets one of his friends, who tells him, "It's good that you managed to kill Martin and erase all traces of the crime." But Vic responds, "That's just a rumor. I didn't kill him." She doesn't believe him. At the same time, Joel, Melinda's friend, has told everyone that Vic threatened to kill him, but Vic denies it. When Vic returns home, Melinda angrily tells him, "I know you threatened Joel with death," and adds, "I lost my friend Martin, and I don't want to lose Joel." Vic apologizes for what happened, but Melinda insists that he should apologize to Joel in person and invite him to dinner at their home. Fearing the loss of his marriage, Vic agrees. Later, Joel arrives, and Vic is waiting for him, having personally prepared the dinner. Their daughter, Trixie, seems unenthusiastic about Joel's presence. Melinda tells Vic, "You need to act natural around them." He responds, "If I were a normal person, I wouldn't have allowed Joel into the house and seen him with you in my home." Joel overhears the conversation and appears tense. Melinda then asks Vic to go into Trixie's room and tell her bedtime stories so she can have some privacy with Joel. Vic complies and tells his daughter a few stories before bedtime. Afterward, Vic comes out and sees his wife with Joel in an intimate situation. He becomes angry and tries to get their attention by breaking something. Melinda steps out at the sound of the breaking object and asks Vic to serve Joel his drink personally. Joel then tells Vic, "You need to apologize for threatening me and saying you killed Martin." But Vic replies, "I won't apologize because I really did kill him," then adds, "There's an Uber waiting for you downstairs." Joel says, "I didn't order an Uber." Vic replies, "I ordered it for you. Now go." The next day, when they went to a children's party, Vic met a journalist named Don and his wife, Kelly. Don said to Vic, "No, you're the one who killed Martin." But his friends laughed and told him it was just a rumor. Later, Vic tried to get his wife Melinda's attention by dancing with Kelly. Melinda was surprised because it was the first time she had ever seen him dance. On the way back, Melinda told him, "I feel like you enjoyed dancing with Kelly," and added, "It seems like you considered being with her." Then, she tried to get close to him in any way she could, saying, "I don't think she's better than me." When they got home, she approached him out of jealousy. The next day, Vic received a call from the bank informing him that his wife, Melinda, had written a check for $3,000 to a man named Charles. Vic knew that this money was for music lessons from Charles for Melinda. Later, Vic managed to track down the place where Charles was performing and was shocked to find that his wife was in a relationship with him. When Vic returned home, he heard on the news that the police had found Martin's body, shot dead in a forest. He looked worried because he was the one who had actually killed him. When Melinda got home, Vic asked her, "Where were you?" She told him she had been out with a new friend and thought Vic would like him. She had no idea that Vic had been watching her and already knew her new friend, Charles. When Vic told her about the discovery of Martin's body, she said, "I know you're the one who killed him." Vic continued to watch Charles and confirmed that his wife was in a relationship with him. When she returned home, Vic asked her for the first time to break things off with Charles, but she told him she was bored with him. Melinda spent every night out at parties, and among the guests was Charles. She told Vic about him, saying he was her new friend. Vic kept watching her and saw that she was going out with Charles. After they had been together, Vic also saw them in the swimming pool. When it started raining and everyone left the pool to go inside, Vic took advantage of the moment when Charles was alone in the water, and killed him. When Melinda went looking for Charles, she screamed in shock upon seeing his body floating in the pool. When they pulled him out, he was dead. Vic pretended not to know anything. When the police arrived, Melinda angrily told them that her husband, Vic, was the one who killed Charles. The officer asked Vic, "Was your wife in a relationship with Charles?" Vic replied, "That's her freedom, and I love her as she is, despite all her relationships." The officer then said, "Your wife is accusing you of killing him." Vic answered, "She's always drunk and doesn't know what she's saying." The police then left. Later, Vic asked Melinda, "If you really think I killed Charles, why aren't you afraid of me?" She replied, "Because I know you killed him for me." Then, Kelly approached Vic and warned him that her husband, Don, was telling people that he suspected Vic was the one who killed Charles. After dropping off his daughter, Trixie, at school, Vic was shocked to find that his wife, Melinda, had entered a relationship with someone new, and, as usual, she invited him to their home. Vic, as always, served them drinks. When they went outside to dance, Vic watched them closely, something that had become a routine for him. The next day, Vic kept an eye on the new guy. He pretended to run into him by coincidence and lied to him, saying, "Melinda has been trying to reach you to show you the new house we're building." The new guy, of course, agreed to go with him. But on the way, he got nervous and asked Vic, "Are you sure this is the right way to the new house?" He tried calling Melinda, but there was no signal in the area. Suddenly, Vic stopped the car. As soon as the new guy stepped out, Vic struck him on the head with a rock, killing him. Then, he tried to cover up the crime by tying the body to a rock so it would sink underwater. When Vic returned home, Melinda tried to call the new guy, but his phone was off. She asked Vic if he had seen him, but he told her, no. The next day, Melinda invited Vic to go out with them, and he agreed. When they arrived, Vic tried to keep his daughter, Trixie, away from the valley. He then noticed that the new guy's body was starting to float to the surface. When he returned to Melinda, she asked him, "Why are you the only one who insists on staying with me?" He replied, "Because I love you." Then, to her surprise, he gave her a gift, a memory album of their moments together. She was very happy when she saw it. On the last page of the album, it was written, "The love of my life." On the way home, Melinda realized she had forgotten her scarf and told Vic. He replied, "We can't go back now," but promised her he would return to the valley in the morning to get it. When they got home, Melinda's feelings toward Vic started to change. It was a happy day for him, filled with love. The next morning, as Vic went to retrieve the scarf, Melinda was shocked to find the new guy's wallet in Vic's room. She started to suspect that he was behind his disappearance. Meanwhile, when Vic arrived at the valley, the first thing he did was try to hide the body in a deeper spot. But suddenly, he was caught off guard when Don appeared, watching him. Don asked, "What are you doing?" Vic panicked and said, "I'm looking for Melinda's scarf." Don was holding the scarf in his hand. Then, he noticed the body and tried to run away. He managed to escape and told Vic, "You'll spend the rest of your life in prison." Vic chased after him, taking shortcuts to catch up. At the same time, Melinda decided to pack her things and leave the house. But their daughter, Trixie, threw the suitcase into the swimming pool and told Melinda, "We're not leaving right now." Meanwhile, Vic had caught up to Don, but Don tripped and fell onto the road. Don, who was driving, panicked and lost control of the car, plunging off a high cliff into the valley. When Vic returned home, Melinda was waiting for him. She burned the new guy's wallet herself, to erase any trace of him. Then, she promised Vic that she would finally appreciate his love for her. And so, the movie ends. If you enjoyed the film, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our latest content.